What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. We are excited tonight. This is the Golden Boot Podcast. I am your host, George Hancock. I'm joined with Cody and Chris, and we got a special guest tonight, Texas State running back Ismail Mahdi. What's going on, man? How are you?
Doing great, guys. Doing great. How about yourself?
We are fantastic. We had a little bit of time to talk with him before the show, and we kind of picked his brain on a few things, and we're just excited to get this thing kicked off. I know there's going to be a lot of comments coming through. I think you got some fans coming in here. Yo. You got some people from YouTube watching. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining in. Just real quick housekeeping kind of stuff. The banner down at the bottom. Please like, follow, share this broadcast with your family, friends, even your enemies. I don't really care. We want them to watch anyway. It doesn't matter. Just three dudes who love talking about college football. Who knew? But you can follow us on Facebook, Golden Boot Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Golden Podcast. Follow us on TikTok, Golden Media Sports. Follow us on YouTube, Golden Media Sports Network. So give us a follow, give us a share. We appreciate it so much. Man, Ish, we appreciate you coming on, man. I just got a question for you. Sure. When you get ready, like before a game, before a practice, what are you putting on to get you hyped?
Yeah, good question. I put on Rod Wave.
Okay. Rod Wave.
I don't know if y'all heard about Rod Wave. That is my favorite rapper. It's something that his music just gets me motivated. Yeah. The stuff that he talks about and stuff like I just relate to. So I listen to Rod Wave a lot. That's my go-to. I'm actually going to a concert of his next weekend.
Hey,
it's pretty cool.
Have you reached out, hooked up with him, tried to talk to him?
I tried to, but he's up there. Maybe one day I get to sit down and talk to him. He's up there. Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe one day. Cody, your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So recently, Florida State wide receiver Keon Coleman shared his his pregame meal, like what he eats with everybody. What's your pregame meal?
Wings. I like to eat wings.
Wings.
I like wings before the game. That's what they give us before the game is wings. I like to eat wings. That's probably one of my go-to.
Okay.
For the
That's
game.
Awesome. What kind of wings? Like, do you like any specific?
Barbecue, teriyaki.
Okay. Teriyaki barbecue, man. Like is there a specific place you get your wings from, or is it just doesn't matter? Actually,
anywhere. I'm not a really picky guy. I eat anything.
Yeah. So like we talking like gas station wings, or we talking like good stuff?
If it comes to that, I don't judge. I gotta be real hungry to eat some gas station wings.
You gotta be real hungry, huh?
All right, so when you're not playing football and you actually have like time to yourself or whatever, like what kind of hobbies you got outside the sport?
Video games. I like to play a lot of Madden. And then a lot. I like to play video games.
Nice.
That's part video games. I'm a real laid back dude. I don't really go out much. Man, I spend a lot of time. I would try to spend a lot of time with my girlfriend as well too. So
for sure,
those two things is what I do when I'm not around football.
I got you. You excited to be on the new NCAA game?
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I heard about that. That's pretty exciting.
Ooh. That's I might have to get that. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. I want to see how that's gonna turn out actually.
I mean, can I like? I wonder if it's the thing where I can like turn you into the punter and like,
right?
Like do some trick plays with it or something. Like I'd be down for that. You know?
Yeah. Hopefully we get paid for that too.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think we should.
Right. I mean, I agree. If you're going to be in it, you got to have something.
We got to have something.
You got to have something in there for sure. There's just no way around it. Like I know that some people were like trying to say that maybe it was not a good idea or whatever. But I mean, we already got NIL. That's your name, your image. You should get paid for it.
Exactly.
Right. Who's your go? Okay, so this is a great question. So our buddies over at Sunbelt Syndicate, best Madden player on the team. Who's your go-to?
On Texas State?
Yeah.
On the team, TJ Finley.
Of course he is.
TJ Finley. he just knows the ins and outs. He's very, very high IQ, especially on offense. He's like picking our defense apart. It's crazy. It's crazy how he does it. But he's probably one of the best up there that can compete.
Yeah. All right, I got a weird question for you. Maybe nobody's asked you this, but this is one of those questions that I like to throw out here. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
You like it?
Yes, I like it.
My man.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Some people are like, "Oh, it's disgusting." I'm like, "Have you tried it?" No.
Like that.
It's gross. Well, try it. Like you can't knock it till you try it.
Can't knock it till you try it.
That's my girlfriend's favorite pizza, pineapple on pizza.
Okay.
So we eat that a lot. We eat that a lot.
I'll give you a new twist.
A new twist.
Do a pepperoni pizza with pineapple on it.
Ooh.
And use the white sauce instead of the red sauce.
Ooh.
It's pretty fire. Yeah.
It's fire.
It's not
fire.
terrible. Not terrible. I was Big Ten backers say terrible. Apparently they do not like pineapple on pizza. Well, I mean, hey, it's everybody's entitled to their opinion. All right, favorite movie or movies?
Favorite movie, I'll say Glory Road. Have y'all ever watched Glory
Road?
Glory Road, yeah.
That's one of one of the movies up there, Glory Road.
Yeah.
And comedy movie Friday. You know, I've been liking Friday since I was little. I like Friday.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Let's see. Big Ten back. I've tried. What's that say? I've tried my friend and never eat pineapple on pizza again. Okay. All right. Well, okay. I don't know if that's Steve or AJ, one of the two, but I mean, I respect you. If you tried it, that's fine. Michael says no pineapple for me. Glory Road. He knows the movie well. That's awesome.
I mean, Michael's a Kentucky fan too, so I mean,
he is. He is.
All right, so I want to get in some football chat now.
Do it.
So 2022, you come in to college and you bust out on the scene, make a name for yourself. Then what led from there to Texas State? Like, how did that come about?
Whole coach. So at the end of the season, I mean, I played pretty good, but my team at HCU, we didn't have a pretty good season. And I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying, this was probably going to be the last time my head coach would be at HCU. They probably told him before the season, if you don't have a good season, you're going to get fired. I didn't know that. So, like, after the season, we didn't have a good season. Whole coaching staff got fired. Everybody left. And then I was just stuck. I didn't know what the new head coach was going to be like and stuff like that. And I've had a pretty good season. I had really good stats. So, you know what I'm saying, talked to my parents and stuff and decided just to enter the transfer portal and see what's going. Because I didn't like enter the portal. I was like, I'm going to go to Texas State. I entered the portal like wherever it comes up. Let me just find a good school. I wanted to stay in Texas. I was like, let me just find a good school. And Texas State came, and I knew GJ Kinney from UIW because we played in the same conference. And they lit us up that game. They put 70-0 at halftime when we played UIW. So it just everything just happened perfectly when I spoke with GJ and stuff and came to Texas State. So
I got you.
Yeah.
So 2023 obviously has been a big year for you. You come out, obviously you're leading the NCAA in all-purpose yards, which congratulations, by the way, because that's amazing. You know, you had over 1,200 rushing yards. You averaged 6.1 yards per carry. You had just under 300 receiving yards. You had a touchdown. You had a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. I mean, dude, that's awesome. So with that being said, what's the goal for 24?
Do better than that.
I like it.
Do better than that.
I respect that.
Surpass those goals, you know.
Yeah. So when you're nominated for awards, for example, like when you get named a finalist or whatever, do they reach out to you? Like, how does that process work?
No, they don't reach out to me on the awards. I just one day wake up in the morning, I go on Twitter, I just see all my things just up. So they don't reach out to me or none of that.
That's crazy.
Okay. Finding out on Twitter.
So we are personal friends with Sunbelt Syndicate. We're gonna have to fix that noise.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Fix that. Sunbelt got to fix that.
Well, hey, he was first all Sunbelt, which again, congrats on that. Very awesome.
Yeah.
So let's see. So I guess I want to ask, like, what's your thoughts on your coaching staff that you have right now?
Yeah, I like my coaching staff that I have right now, and they're very young, energetic. They have very good knowledge of football and stuff like that. I love my coaching staff, and those are good group of men that I have around. I like those guys. Do
you have a good Coach Kenny story to share?
He goes out there and he be tearing up
that he won't kill you on.
Yeah,
that
I realize he is a really good quarterback because he goes out there and he tears our defense apart at practices. He's out there with his cleats on. He puts his shorts, puts his tights on. He's out there tearing up our defense.
The first time he did that, were you just kind of taken aback? Like,
yeah, I was. We was going through some offensive stuff, and I hear the defense yelling, and they're like, "Ooh," like the scout players. They're like, "Watch!" I turn around, I see Coach Kenny do a spin move and let the ball go, and on the dot. I was like, "Holy!" I was like, "What the heck?" He's an athlete. He can play.
Man,
he still got it too. He still got it.
That is awesome.
Yeah, there was a news story about it. I guess like a little over a month ago, and I was like, "No way!" I was like, "All right, this guy."
Yeah.
So another question from Sunbelt Syndicate: what's the best Sunbelt environment you've played in besides your home stadium?
Oh, that's good. That's a good question. Probably Coastal.
Okay.
Even though it was cold and freezy that game, they had pretty good fans. Coastal in Louisiana. UL has some crazy. As we was pulling up to the bus, there were some fans on the side. They were like flicking us off, talking crap. Like it was an
amazing.
Is that something like you live for? Like you want to see the fans like just throw stuff at the bus? Like Bill there with their tomatoes and everything, just try to get in your head. Like
that was pretty cool seeing that. They're the fans that really like into it. Yeah. UL has some crazy fans.
They really are crazy too. They're like that baseball too. Like when LSU and UL play, dude, those fans get into it all the time. And softball is even worse. I don't know why, but people are insane.
TJ, good having you, man. What's up, Ish? Love what you guys are doing at Texas State. He says, it's awesome.
Michael asked a really good question here.
What do you
Name that one guy who's knocked the dirt out of your, out of the cleats. Who has hit you the hardest?
Yeah, let's give somebody some credit.
Honestly, I don't even know. Nobody really has put a lick on me. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, man. Oh, you can't do that to yourself.
But I honestly have not felt like a really good lick. I don't think nobody has really put a lick on me. Maybe after the play, like me on the ground and then a D line at UL just jumped on me. Like after.
Yeah.
Nobody on collision. I don't think I have got licked yet. Man.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you bounce off everybody, so
All right, okay. Here's a follow-up of that. What about a teammate in practice? Who lays it on you pretty good?
Brian Holloway put a lick on me that's when he woke me up to FBS football. That's when I woke up during spring practice. Brian Holloway, linebacker, put a good lick on me.
Nice.
Fall spring practice.
Nice.
Yeah, he woke me up to some FBS football.
So George didn't go there tonight. He normally does this if we have somebody on.
What?
Tell us a little bit about your story. Where are you from? What's your family life like? Tell us what you want the world to know about you.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm from my family. Hold on.
Now you good? He's at his family's house, by the way. So he's like in a bed. He's got a nice teddy bear up there, like pink curtains. Love it. Busting down the door.
Yep.
No, he said he's in Dallas. Yeah, he's in Dallas. He's in Dallas with his family. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
But nah,
we're laid back, bro.
Yeah. I was born in Kenya. My parents were from Kenya, refugees from Kenya. I was 8 months when I first got. So I don't really know much. I was 8 months when I first got to the U.S.
Yeah.
But I got 6 brothers, 2 sisters. I have a real big family. Yeah, 6 brothers.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. We're all blood, all related.
God bless your mother.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm from Kenya. We moved here. We refugees got here in 2003. That's when I was born. So I was like 8 months when we got here. And Okay. Down in Dallas, Texas, and from there, that's where we start our. That's when we started our life here in the U.S. and stuff like that. So
very cool.
Story.
Okay.
Nice. Well, so you were telling us earlier you're in Dallas. You're visiting family in Dallas. Is there like I know we're bouncing all over the place, but this just came to my head. You're in Dallas. First person that like if somebody comes there for the very first time, 2 places they need to go to and why.
So Dallas, first place I'll say the House of Blues. I mean, this
House of Blues.
Okay.
So House of Blues is a pretty cool spot if you're a music guy. To probably take them to the House of Blues for a little concert or something like that.
Yeah.
And probably what's the second place? And Texas. I mean the Six Flags. Six Flags over Texas is pretty cool. I think that's a cool spot. It's really cool roller coasters and stuff like that. So those are the 2 spots. I think I'll take concert, House of Blues, and Six Flags.
Take note, Cowboys fans. Notice he did not say Cowboy Stadium. Go ahead, y'all.
Well, what you got, Chris?
So, out of your siblings, you got to have a sibling rivalry. Which one of your siblings brings the most out of you athletically, and which one challenges you the most regarding life decisions?
Probably the one that's a senior right now that I was talking to Cody about. His name is Abe. He's probably one of them. He's a senior right now. He's about to graduate. He goes to Plano West. He's probably the one that really gets me. That we get into it a lot and stuff like that. So
yeah. There was another question that popped up here just recently. Is there a lot of smack talk under the pile after the play?
Yes.
Yeah,
there is.
I figure there, and I know you probably can't say on the air like what I mean. It doesn't really matter. We're kind of a family show, but like people cuss and stuff, we don't really care. But like, I mean, has it made you laugh? Some of the things that come out of the guy's mouth. I mean,
yeah. It's a lot of talking. I'm the type of guy that I don't let that stuff like get to me.
No,
sure.
I mean, my teammates do, linemen and all those guys do, but I'm the type of guy. I just go on to the next play. I don't really let all that.
Right. You kind of tune it out anyway. So
I just tune it out.
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
But there is a lot of they talk a lot. They try to get into my skin and stuff like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Call me like you're a little guy, like stuff like that.
Look at you, small fry. All that. Yeah.
So, who have been some of your athletic influences growing up?
Like what do you mean, like players that?
Yeah, like athletes you're a fan
of. I like Travis Etienne.
Okay.
I like Travis. Like growing up high school,
he just jumped in the portal too.
Travis, not Trevor. His older.
Oh, brother. my bad. Travis.
Yeah, I like Travis Etienne. Back then, older days, I say Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Barry Sanders. Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush is one of those guys I grew up watching as well too.
Reggie.
So.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned Reggie Bush. So college football dogs, our president is a heavy, I mean, probably one of the biggest USC fans ever. So the whole Reggie Bush situation, his Heisman Trophy getting taken away, is it time for the NCAA to give him his trophy back? How do you feel?
I think so. I think it's past due. It's very past due, and he I think that he deserves the trophy back and stuff. So
with the NIL, I mean, it
with the
just
NIL,
doesn't make sense.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, it's interesting you say Barry Sanders is one of the people that you've tried to follow in your life. When I watched your videos, that's one of the first names that came to mind is Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Okay. Along those lines, tell us some of the comparisons that you've heard other people make regarding your style of play.
Devon A-Chain is one of those guys that people say just the acceleration and the contact balance and stuff like that. They compare me to. My high school coach said Marshall Falk just he said Marshall Falk, how I like to go downhill, and I'm a pretty downhill running back.
That's a good comparison.
I don't really do too many cuts. I just like to run downhill.
Boom.
Like that. So then those are some of the comparisons that they compare me to. So
that kind of brings up a question for me. Do you rather you're good, dude. Do you rather just hit the hole and not have anybody in sight, or would you rather just like bump off a few guys and then bust out?
Hit the hole.
I'm
more of a just get vertical.
More of a finesse running back, just take off. And
yes, sir.
I mean, you told us earlier you ran a 4.3, so
yes, sir. Yeah.
Obviously, you hit that hole, you're gone.
I'm gone. Yeah.
And it's scary too when you walk.
Okay,
like,
so
when
now
speed, like you start and you just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so you've got rushing touchdowns, you've got kick return touchdowns, right? I mean, you've got a plethora. Which one means more, and which one do you enjoy more?
Kickoff return. I like
kickoff return. Yeah.
Just to show my versatility, I feel like.
Sure.
Especially going to the next level, just not being a prototypical running back, not being a 215, 210, just bigger running back, just to show my versatility that I could play anywhere on the field. Next year I want to kind of get some slot action going too as well. Just to be used in multiple different ways, just put the ball in my hands anyway.
Right.
So I think I like kickoff return.
I don't think they have a choice, honestly.
Yeah.
For what they've seen this year. I mean,
So he mentions kickoff return. You know who that brings to mind for me that he reminds me of? Mel Gray.
Okay.
If you haven't watched videos on Mel Gray yet, go ahead and watch some videos on him because you're a lot like him. Just straight up the field and
through
go.
that hole, man.
Yeah. I haven't heard of Mel Gray. When he played in the league?
Back in the 90s, he played in the NFL.
I gotta check him out. I'm gonna check him out. Mel Gray. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. I haven't really made a comparison for you yet, but Marshall Falk, man, that is probably the best I've heard so far. Because I watched of course I think we all watched the game, your Baylor game where you went over 200, and that's what I saw, man. You hitting them hole and just exploding.
That's you hit 200 on.
That's not the game he hit 200 on.
No, that was the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Now he did have a great game in that one, but
he had a great game. Okay, yeah. What was Mr. Stats Extraordinaire over there? Because I didn't apparently do my research.
Cody knows his stuff.
Yeah, he does. Okay, so let's do this. Let's talk about the Baylor game. What was the mindset going into that game? Like, were you guys hyped up? Was it a hostile atmosphere? Like, walk us through it.
Yeah, we was hyped up going into that game. Coach told us, we have nothing to lose. Go in there and just play free and just have fun. We was going in there, just hyped up, ready. First game, all of us together. We have a lot of transfers, a lot of new guys on the team, and we were all just hyped up and just ready. We just played free and stuff like that. So
right,
that's how we went into the game. Just play free. We have nothing to lose. Let's go out there and have fun.
Yeah, and I think probably one of my favorite things that you say, like in your press conference, is do your job. Like, everybody has their job to do. You do your job. Like we were listening. We were cheating. We were listening to some press conferences beforehand. So we were trying to figure out how the heck to say your name correctly. So, anyway, it makes it so much easier now. But like, do your job. Like, I know that was a big coach. I guess is that a Belichick thing? I think Patriots. Is that where you got it from, or is that like something you just kind of on yourself?
That's something I put on myself, and the coaches emphasize that a lot as well.
Yeah,
just on and off the field, just take care of your responsibility. Do what you got to do. Don't worry about anybody else. Just do your job, and a lot of stuff will happen the way you want it to. So
okay.
Yeah. So, and I've got a couple of questions that people have messaged me to ask you because they couldn't join us. They were going to. But they had a Christmas party they had to go to. So, but they want to know where you rank yourself among the likes of like Frank Gore, those kind of running backs in the NFL. Where do you rank yourself as far as that goes?
Frank Gore from like college or like?
I think it was about Southern Miss Frank Gore.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I rank myself on top. the number one. I feel like I'm the best out there.
Love it.
I feel like I showed that I'm the best out there. I feel like I'm number one up there.
Love it. And then when we talk about the pros, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see yourself as far as in that running back hierarchy? I mean, like, can you feel like you're up there?
Yeah, I feel like I'm up there. I truly do. I believe in myself, and I feel like I could compete with anybody, and I could go to any organization and show that I'm capable of doing the stuff that I do. So,
sure,
yeah,
yes, sir.
So what's the off season going to look like for you? You going to any camps or trainings or anything like that?
Nah, I'm just I have to stay with the Texas State program. I can't.
Okay.
Probably I do stuff on my own, like probably when I'm in the off season, when I come back and just working with the guy that I used to work with before I went to college, my high school.
Yeah.
College. Other than that, I have to stay with the Texas State program and their strength program, and they have stuff for us to do stuff like that. So
cool,
nice.
cool.
They do a very good job with the Texas State strength program. Does a very good job of getting us prepared and stuff like that. So
I gotcha.
I really believe in those guys.
Okay,
that's awesome.
So growing up in Texas, did you ever cross paths with the Sanders boys?
No, I have actually. Pee Wee, I have. We played.
Okay.
When Deion Sanders was the coach of the Truth. There's a team called the Truth that Deion used to coach, and we used to play. They used to whoop us. He used to have some dogs on that. And that's when I cross paths with Sanders.
I got you.
Yeah. Nice.
Any consideration last year when you were in the portal of going up there to Boulder to visit them?
No. Sir.
gotta ask, right?
Yeah. Sir, no, sir.
Yeah, well, and that's okay. So you went there, Chris. I was actually going to ask you, would you consider playing somewhere up north? Like, talking about like in the pros, like somebody picks you up. How are you going to feel about playing in the snow and such?
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't know. I don't take cold very well at all.
I mean,
that's
like, I'm a Green Bay fan. Say Green Bay picks you up. You're playing in Wisconsin. It is frigid cold in the tundra. Like, I don't know if you, because being a Texas guy, I don't know if you've ever seen any temperatures like that. But like,
yeah. I don't, like I said, I don't really adjust well to the cold. I'm not a very cold guy. I don't take that very well. So I don't know. It's gonna have to, something that adrenaline has to kick in or something.
So I will warn you, that frozen ground hits different.
It does. It does.
Yeah. Well, so you just mentioned, you said you're training, your off-season training. Like, is there something specific that you do in the off-season, like to stay in shape, or do you just kind of relax and just do your normal wear and tear stuff?
Yeah, relax. Especially as you get older, you don't want to do too much. I try to, especially after the season, I try to chill out on weights and stuff for at least a month and just let my body recover and just let everything just get back to where it needs to be. And after that, we go pretty hard. And that's what we get with Texas State strength program, and they get out there. But after the season, I'm at least take a month and a half just to let my body recover and get back to where it needs to be before we go back at it again. So,
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. So obviously, one of your goals in life is to play in the NFL. One of my bucket list items was to see the Northern Lights. I finally crossed it off last night. I got up at 2:00 in the morning and drove out to a dark spot. I got to see him in Tennessee last night for the first time.
Wow.
Tell me your top 3 items on your bucket list.
One is probably go back to my hometown where I came from, where I grew up, where my parents grew up, and go see how that is. Another is probably jumping off an airplane.
Okay.
I want to jump off. Skydiving. And I think those are the 2 that I could think of right now.
Yeah.
Go back to my hometown and go see where my parents and stuff came from and stuff like that, and jumping off skydiving off of airplanes. Those are 2 right now.
Okay. Do you pay attention to like extreme sports like that, or like
a little bit?
Yeah.
Not too much.
Right. I mean, I know who has time when you're a running back at a college to do hardly anything, but
exactly.
I mean, when you can catch stuff that isn't football related, like what are you watching different sports? Are you paying attention to something? Like what are you typically watching?
Say that again. Sorry, say that again.
No. So what I ask is like when you got some downtime and you're hanging out or whatever, is nothing football related. What do you catch like on TV or whatever? Like, are you watching other sports? Are you paying attention to stuff? Are you?
Yeah, I'm watching other college team play. Watching sports stuff and like that. And I watch Netflix as well. I like to go watch. I like watching a lot of documentaries.
Documentaries, okay.
Watch a lot of documentaries about like athletes' lives or just about like famous celebrities' lives and stuff like that. I like watching a lot of
Okay.
Speaking of other games, we probably need to get a daggum. What's the score on the Pac-12 championship right now?
Yeah, I got you. All right, right now it is 20-10. Washington's up at the half, and then Conference USA, Liberty's up 42-35 over New Mexico State in the fourth.
There you go, man.
So speaking of that, Ish, who you got in the Sun Belt Championship?
I got Troy.
Okay.
Troy's already. I played against Troy. Troy got a really good defense, even though I rushed for 128 on them.
Yes.
Nobody has done that, and I think their whole season.
Look at that smile. Nobody's done that. I caught that. Nobody's done that except for me.
And you outplayed instead good running back. So just saying.
Yeah, Troy got it. They got an explosive offense as well. I feel like Troy got that game. Troy's a really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I got a question for you. This one might hurt a little bit, but everybody's got that one person that they confide in. So in that moment, you're on that long bus ride back home from a terrible loss. Who is the one person that you can call to get your head back in the game?
Probably my girlfriend, because she gives me a lot of good. She boosts me up a little bit.
Boost you up.
That's good.
Probably call my girlfriend.
That's good.
I like it.
I respect that. Yeah.
Y'all been together a while?
Yeah, we've been together for 7 years.
Oh,
7
yeah.
years.
Okay.
You mean
your
in
wife,
high school?
man. You can't call your girlfriend no more. Come on.
Hey, man, you can't go wrong with a high school sweetheart, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay,
awesome.
I got to go there. Are
What?
there any plans to purchase a ring in the future?
oh
Soon,
Lord,
yeah. Soon,
Nice.
very soon,
Okay.
very soon.
does she know?
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
Well, I hope she's not watching.
Everybody,
her.
hush. We won't tell her. Not all the people. Be quiet out there. Comments. Shh, quiet. Well, I'm just gonna ask you because we talked a little bit about it, but like, you guys get your first ever bowl win, or not win, bowl appearance for Texas State, maybe I'm not mistaken there, but you yourself are going to a bowl, right? And I know you said you kind of know which one you're going to. I saw the tweet. I saw the video of everybody jumping in the river. And I know you said you jumped in. I got to know, was it cold, and was it worth it?
Yeah, it was cold. It was really cold, but it was worth it because we had like fans that went over to the river, so it was crowded. Like all the fans that were at the game, they showed up at the river. So it was like they were like cheering us on. They were like, "Jump, Ish, jump, Ish, jump!" Like, the whole fan saying that you have to jump and stuff.
You got to, yeah. You can't be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that."
Is there video of you personally jumping in the river?
Yeah, I have it. I have a video of me jumping there. Okay. Yeah, they recorded it.
Yeah, you'll have to send us that. We'll have to throw that on here. That's awesome. So are you excited? To play in a bowl. Does it? Do you know what venue? You mentioned them earlier. Do they know? Have they said the venues? I think they have. You said they're in Texas, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be in Texas. It's gonna be the Frisco Bowl or the On First Bowl.
Yeah,
one of those two.
One of those two.
Yeah.
And that's either who is it projected to be? Rice and who?
Rice. I've been seeing Rice, Minnesota,
and
Navy. I've been seeing Navy too.
I did see Navy and I did see Rice. I never saw Minnesota though.
I didn't see Minnesota. That would be
right there.
That would be interesting there. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Navy.
They got some big boys.
Go get that Power
They
5.
play physical. I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Minnesota didn't have much of an offense, but that would be a heck of a ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's in here now. Love to see all matched up with the Gophers. that would be interesting. Okay, so okay, you have the ideal team to go against, right? Who is it and why?
I think for the bowl game.
Yeah. Or, well, not for the bowl game, but like I'm talking about any team. Let's say any team in FPS you can go against. What team would you like to match up against?
Back then, earlier in the season, I would like to go against Colorado, just for like
Colorado.
God,
just the exposure they brought, just the energy, the fans,
sure.
and the celebrities they brought. I was thinking, like, when I was watching them, seeing them on ESPN, I was like, Colorado, like, I would like to play in that atmosphere with all those people they got at the stadium and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So how much fun would that be for you personally, since the Sanders boys would whoop you in Pee Wee football, if you could go to Boulder and put a whooping on them?
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would be crazy. Well, Ish, we appreciate it so much, man. Tell everybody where they can find you, where they can match up with you on Twitter, whatever, however which way they can follow you.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram it's called I am Ismail Mahdi _6. And then I have a fan base as well too, where I talk to my fans, where they could like ask questions and stuff about me. It's called Fan. You can search me up, Ismail Mahdi, and I answer any questions or stuff like that. So you could
cool
on there too. So
sure, we'll share that for you for sure.
Yes, sir.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I know we'll be hearing a lot from you. Now,
Yes,
before we go, we talked a little bit about the show, but I want to hear everybody in the comments here. How so upset we were that you got snubbed on the Dawg Walker.
Yeah.
So we talked about it earlier, but I gotta I mean, your number one all-purpose yards, you've put up ridiculous numbers, not even to get a mention, man. Like I'm just throwing that out there. Like you and y'all in the comments jump in, because I think this man definitely deserves to be on there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know Ish saw my tweet too, because he did like it. And this is before we were ever in contact. The first thing I said was he got
I seen it. I was like, he knows what he's talking about.
Look, there's a few people saying Rob, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, that absolutely shocked us for sure. Because you definitely deserve to be on there for sure, man. Well, we appreciate you hanging out so long. I didn't mean to keep you so long, man. But
I love this comment right here.
What is it? Put some respect on his
name.
My name.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put that as my bio on my Twitter.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. Well, we appreciate it, man. We'll let you get back to your family, and hopefully we can talk to you again. It's been a pleasure and a blessing, and man, we'll be following you and be cheering on Texas State in that bowl game.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all so much, man.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, I'll be in touch with you soon.
Gotcha.
Take care, man.
See y'all. Y'all be safe.
All
right.
Dude, let's just be real for a minute.
Let's do it.
Ish Mahdi is the coolest human being I've ever spoke to.
Yeah, super
I'm
laid
not
back,
saying
man.
that he was just on here either. Look, so my history in sports media, I've interviewed the likes of George St. Pierre. Like some very big name people.
Yeah.
Ish Mahdi is officially my favorite that I've ever been part of. And he's just a good dude. Like before the interview, just our conversation with him, I knew this was going to be a fun show. And
easy.
Dude.
I mean,
fan for life right here. That's all I'm going to say.
I know. I want to follow him all the way through. I don't care if he becomes a bear, if he comes, whatever. I mean, like, I don't care if he's on a rival team. I'm going to follow him all over. That dude puts up great numbers, and he is exactly the type of a dude that needs to be a pro running back. I mean,
absolutely.
For sure.
So easy to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a quick break and get everything situated here, and then we're going to talk some championship going on. We'll get Mike Germanese in here to talk some Michigan, Iowa, the Big Ten championship coming up.
I hear there might actually be a video of Jim Harbaugh talking about Iowa. Yeah. We'll explore that later.
That might be news. We'll see that here in a minute. But let's take a quick break. We'll conduct ourselves. Hey, listen, like, follow, share, all that good stuff. Follow the banner down at the bottom. Get up, stretch your legs, get something to drink. Come right back here in a few minutes, and we'll talk some championship football right here in the Golden Boot Podcast.
Sound the alarms. Something monstrously merry is coming to town. Introducing Bones Coffee's newest batch. Inspired by the giddy ghouls of Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Nice work, Bones Caddy. Rich premium coffee infused with frighteningly festive flavors. The Pumpkin King, Santa Jack, Frog's Breath, Rough Weather, and Mudslide Boogie. Can't make decisions by yourself? Order them all. Bones also makes a perfectly marvelous gift for everyone on your nice list.
And your naughty list.
Click the link to get these hauntingly holly jolly flavors delivered right to your door. And it's not just for holidays. Bones has coffee concoctions for all 365 days of the year. Bones Coffee and Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's terrifyingly tasty. This year, Bones Coffee will be yours!
Yo, what's going on? This is Jacob Hester, former LSU running back, here to tell you about a brand new college football podcast, the Golden Boot Podcast. Give it a listen, give it a try, give it a follow. They're going to work hard to be your new favorite podcast.
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
There we go. Welcome back to the Golden Boot Podcast. We got Mike Germanese in here. I think that's how I'm saying your name
it's
right,
just
right?
saying it perfect, buddy. Perfect. First of all,
right, okay.
Great interview. That it has to be one of
good,
the next guys I've ever seen.
That guy was, I mean, just blew my mind how awesome he was. We got to chat with him a little bit before the show. Super awesome dude. Fan for life. Absolutely. 100%. And he brought some people in, and I mean, that was just phenomenal. Like made me bring me almost to tears.
It's nice to see there's still people like that in this world.
For sure.
Absolutely. Up, looky, whoa, we have here. All right, look here. Hang on. Let me do something real quick.
I like this
Because y'all are on the wrong side.
Oh, that's
so, let me switch you. Let me switch to a little switcheroonie here.
No. I need Brad underneath me because I'm a Hawkeye. That's my second team, so I need the Hawkeye beside me.
Lord have mercy.
I like it. Second team.
I do have a second.
Agree.
What's up, Brad? Good to have you, my friend.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk some Big Ten championship. I know we got the Pac-12 championship going on right now, and Washington's putting on a show.
No, Oregon just scored to make it a 3-point game.
They just scored to put it. Wow. Okay, all right. Thank you for ruining it. Appreciate that. I have it on record. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's in the background.
It's in the background. Okay, good. Can have a live update. Yeah, we just got done. I don't know if anybody saw, but we just got done interviewing Ismail Mahdi. Man, super awesome dude. But man, let's do this. I'm excited. Because this is going to be an interesting matchup, I feel.
It is.
I don't have the I don't have the meme, but there's a meme of Jim Harbaugh with these ridiculous binoculars, and he's looking in and it says Jim Harbaugh looking at Iowa's strategy that says punt. I cracked up so bad, but it's so but seriously, I mean, I could see this game being a 12-7 kind of game in Iowa's favor. No, I'm kidding. But so I'm wondering, probably not. So each of you, right? You've been watching football forever. You know, you've been whatever. I mean, Iowa in the Big Ten championship, Michigan in there. what matchup? We'll start with you, Brad. What do you want to see out of these two teams?
What do I want to see?
Yeah,
Well, that open question there, but
that's why I asked it the way I did.
What I want to see is a good matchup.
Iowa
actually shows a show of an offense. Would also play a part, but I just want to see a good matchup. Unfortunately, I don't see it going to be good for Iowa. Their last 5 games they played against ranked teams have lost by an average of 26 points.
I think it's gonna come down to if Michigan protects the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think Iowa has a way to win this game. They're gonna need
a lot.
3 to 4.
Yeah.
They're gonna need 3 to 4 takeaways. If Michigan punts,
there you go. 6 turnovers and still lose by 3.
Well, it's hard in the last 4 games if you're only averaging 18 points a game to win.
Right.
When you start playing the Ohio States or Michigans or Penn States,
yeah,
like you got to be able to put up in the high 20s.
Yeah,
because they have the defense to play the game. It's just if Michigan scores, it's a race to what 18. If Michigan get to 18, they're going to win this game.
There you go.
But,
I mean,
so I want to ask,
go ahead, Chris.
You know, we've seen Michigan struggle at times offensively this year.
Yeah.
Against that defense, can they drive the ball 80 or 90 yards like it's going to take against it? Because you got Torrey Taylor. He's going to pin you deep.
I think it's going to come down to, can Iowa's offense stay on the field long enough where the Iowa defense doesn't get worn out? Because Michigan's going to pound them and pound them and pound them. And if Iowa's constantly 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, the way Michigan rotates players in, they don't get tired. And you're going to get into the third quarter, especially if Michigan gets up 14 and then Iowa has to do something they don't know how to do and throw the ball, then it's game over.
Right. Yeah.
I agree. Like, I'm not going to lie. Iowa needs a lot of things to go right for them to win. A lot. I mean, and obviously, Torrey Taylor.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. We got to change the field position with him. The other one is the defense plays like Iowa defense. Great. That's wonderful. But we need turnovers. And we have to score on the turnovers because, again, we can get 3 turnovers and not even score.
And that's exactly what Big Tim Backer said. 6 turnovers and still lose by 3.
Yep. So if we get the turnovers, we have to pick 6. I don't know what you got to do. Fumble.
The problem for
it's a lot.
I think JJ, besides the 3 interception game, he only has 1 interception since. And I don't remember the last time Blake Corum or Donovan Edwards actually fumbled the ball. Like they don't play loose with the ball. It's just something they don't do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Are either of you going to be at the game?
Oh, no, I wish, but
too far for me.
Too far, huh?
If I was in Iowa still, I probably would drive over.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
How much are tickets? Do y'all know?
I heard they weren't going for as much as I would have thought.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like $42 or $48 a ticket or something like that.
I actually saw a tweet right before we started prepping for the show that said the cheapest ticket for the SEC championship game was higher than the highest ticket for any of the other conference championships.
Yeah, it's like $507, I think, to get the SEC championship.
Let's put it this way. If you took out Iowa and you inserted, let's just say a Wisconsin or a Penn State or an Ohio State, then you can compare Alabama and Georgia to Ohio State and Michigan, right? The problem is that everybody's already assuming Michigan won this game.
Yep.
And we've all seen Michigan, Appalachian State. Shit could happen. You never know.
Have we all seen that, Mike? Have we all seen that? I think.
Well, I don't know how old you guys are, but I know I seen it, and it was pretty.
We saw it, bro. We
I
saw
watched
it.
I saw it.
I know you've seen it, Chris. Iowa,
Oh, yeah.
Georgia, Vanderbilt, Alabama fan.
Hey,
He covers. He's like a cornucopia of fan bases.
I mean, I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up on a farm in
Stuff
Iowa.
that cornucopia with a different team. Yeah.
I've actually watched Iowa beat Michigan 12-10 on a last second field goal.
If that happens, I will puke.
I
mean, I know
4
you
field
won't,
goals
Brad.
to
You'll
win
be
the
happy,
game.
but I mean, like 12-10. God,
Hey,
that would be
we're
the
used to that.
one of the most boring ball games.
Oh yeah, there's no. If it's 12-10, there's no way I'm making it to the end of that game. I'll be 30 Miller Lights deep and
Right.
Yeah, I'll wake
Oh,
up we won and end up looking at the score and wanting to hate my life.
Yeah. Wow.
So, have either one of you seen the AI video of Jim Harbaugh yet?
No. But
Okay.
now that you said it, I want to see it.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna watch it. Watch it right now. Actually,
got a little tussle coming up against Iowa. Bless their hearts. Big Ten championship, technically. I mean, come on. Everyone knows the real conference championship was last Saturday. But the nice thing about playing Iowa, besides the fact we have a vastly larger recruiting base, more resources, more media exposure, a larger fan base, larger alumni network, and much more financial support, is that we didn't even need to burn any resources.
Oh gosh.
Sending our special ops to check them out. You know what they're going to do? You know what they're going to do? Death, taxes, and the Iowa game plan, right? Not that they had any chance anyway, but they're missing their, 4, 5, 6 best players.
Yeah.
It's like bringing a butter knife to a lightsaber duel. So I hope everyone enjoys the glorified scrimmage this weekend when we officially bring home the Big Ten hardware. Should be fun. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Oh my God, that's good.
Oh man, I love those.
Whoever made that's genius.
Right.
I agree entirely.
Well, the person that makes them is actually an Iowa fan, and they've been doing those with Kirk Ferentz all year long. Oh, they've been glorious.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
Bubba, to answer you, I tried playing it and it didn't work. So the Iowa Northwestern silent film, if y'all ever seen that before.
Oh yeah, that one's good.
He sent it to me, but I could never make it work. So it is what it is.
So, Chris, I have an announcement for you. Earlier in the show, when we were having a comment from a Facebook user, you know who that was?
No.
Mr. Randall Jowers.
Randy Jowers.
Yeah, I was like that. Now that I see
well, yeah, we didn't even know who he was. Didn't know because he didn't know how to click on a video and then hit the comment button, Randy.
Man, he's old. Give him some props.
Man has kicked a bucket. Golly. And had to be revived, man.
So I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
After tomorrow, who's the 4 teams in?
Oh God.
Well, depends who wins.
Well, thanks, Captain Obvious.
So I saw a scenario today that just made way too much sense. What if the top 4 just wins?
Oh, I know. If all
then
it's easy.
Yeah, but did you guys see Florida State's down to their 3rd string quarterback?
Yeah, run back to that.
That's going to be. I mean, kid's a freshman. I mean, no better stage to really start on than this one.
Yeah.
So
now, do you think if he has to remain the quarterback, you think the committee leaves them out because of it?
I think so. To be perfectly honest, I hate that.
Yeah,
I think they
hate
do
it too.
Yeah, because that's one of the things they do. They take into consideration injuries and things of that nature. So yeah,
right.
I could see them holding that over their head.
So if they leave them out, who gets in?
I think Texas.
I think Texas as long as they win.
Yep.
I think Ohio State.
And I could see that. I really could, and I would not.
They're pushing for it really hard to get it done.
And the only reason why
Freak's absolutely pushing for it.
And the only reason why I think that they just did
Why?
19.7 million viewers for a game. Can you imagine if they could put Michigan and Ohio State?
Oh, I know.
Again, what that viewership would be? Because at the end of the day, it's all about money, right?
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that the TV rights deal for the championship comes up in 2 years. Like, that looks great when you're going to networks. And you're like, yeah, we had this viewership.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's a bigger brand than Ohio State in college football.
No,
as much as I hate to admit it, they're probably the biggest brand.
You're right, but I think there's a section of the power that wants to get Texas in at least once.
Yeah.
See, I don't think they care because they know they're going to be in next year on a very regular basis.
I think there's a few teams that'll say, not so fast. Because I'm on the bandwagon that if Alabama and Texas play today, that Alabama's beating them. So it's just how
I don't know, man. Texas is one of those teams that never get love, especially this year.
Right.
Shoot. I mean, yes, but they're back. Texas is always back. Every year, they're always back.
Well, I got to give them love because they've been the Michigan just in a different conference. When we're always back, but we never win anything.
I changed my mind.
Right.
So,
I mean, you're not
who's
wrong.
been more disrespected this year, Texas or Florida State?
Oh, it's got to be Florida State.
Yeah.
Florida State's undefeated, and they're trying to figure out a way to get them out.
Right.
Like, it's not even.
Well, yeah, because it now. No, it's not. But I mean, we're looking at another Ohio State situation where they may not have a quarterback going into this weekend. Did you see that? That their backup quarterback may not play because of a concussion.
Ron out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, and they said he's
yeah. So who the heck's getting the start?
A true freshman.
Lord have mercy. This is a recipe.
Breaking news! Breaking news!
For Florida State.
Bo
what is it?
Has returned to college football, baby.
He's
doing an interception against Washington. Let's go.
Bo Picks. That's what we anticipated to see. Bo Picks. I mean, look, us being SEC guys, I'll just say, when he ran off and went to Oregon, I'm like, really? So you decide to run off and run away from the SEC defense to play in the Pac-12? Now, all this talk of him having the Heisman and everything, which, by the way, we didn't get with Ish on the show, but he did tell us that he believes that Jaden Daniels should win the Heisman. So, and like we didn't like ask him like on air, but he told us. So, what do you guys think? Do you think it should be Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix? Because really, it's down to two. I don't know why it's down to two, but apparently people have thought that Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels are the two quarterbacks. Michael Penix is out. Nobody's talking about him anymore. And so we'll see. But what do you think? By the way, this is hilarious. No offense can defeat us. We have no offense.
Yeah, I seen Collins shared that earlier.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had to snag that because that was too good.
Here's another question because people have been talking about it.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any way? Because I don't. That an SEC team doesn't get in.
Ask the man right here in the middle because he'll tell you that there's going to be an SEC. There will not be an SEC team this year if Georgia loses.
So if Georgia loses and Texas wins, I don't see a recipe for the SEC to have anybody in there.
I agree with that.
Agree.
Yeah, but they'll just jump Alabama, and they'll just say that Alabama's been playing better than Texas now.
But if Texas wins, they beat Alabama head-to-head, and the committee's not going to ignore that.
Penn State beat Ohio State one year, and they took Ohio State.
It's true.
So it's not like it's unprecedented.
Well,
it's not unprecedented. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not kidding.
Like at
This
the end
is
of
how
the
the
day,
committee the committee says the 4 best teams in college football. And they're going to say who's playing right now the 4 best teams.
and Alabama would have the best win out of everybody because they beat the number 1 team.
Yep.
That is a good point.
Yep. And at the end of the year versus at the beginning of the year.
And
that's where I'm at.
And they would have a better loss. Because Texas lost to Oklahoma, whereas Alabama lost to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have the better win and the better loss.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be their excuse of jumping Texas.
I don't know. Put in the comments. What do you think? I mean, he's got a point. He does have a point. What do you guys think?
I think the Texas game would have meant less if Texas would have won in Austin.
Yeah.
But going to Tuscaloosa and doing it though, that to me that's pretty impressive. I mean,
it is.
It's definitely a big win, but I just can't see him leaving out an SEC team.
This is what I was looking for earlier. So who gets left out of this scenario? I had to screenshot it for some reason. 13-0, 12-1, 12-1, 13-0, 12-1. Chris says Alabama gets left out. What do you guys think?
In this case, I'd leave Oregon out.
I think they're going to leave Florida State out because of the quarterback.
I mean, that's what they would do for sure. Yeah.
You know who's missing in that?
Who?
Georgia. Oh, that's true.
But everybody collectively agrees that if Georgia loses the SEC championship, they're out. Which, I mean, I don't. It's like, okay, that's your only loss of the year. You're losing to a 11-1 Bama team, which would make them 12-1. Bama's only lost to Texas. I understand they're saying, well, yeah, but they lose to number 8, so that would automatically put them back there. But I mean, it's Georgia, the defending champions. They haven't lost a game in 28. What is it? Like they haven't lost 30, a game in
30 was
straight, I think.
Yeah,
I think the last game they lost was the SEC championship to Alabama.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's an interesting point and an interesting way to look at it. But Mike, you really feel that Alabama would jump Texas?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Brad, what do you think?
I think they would too. I mean, for everything Cody was he was saying, I mean, I totally agree with that. This is better win, better loss. So I think they get.
And
what do you do with Michigan if Iowa does the unthinkable?
We're gonna laugh for a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna laugh for quite a bit.
Are they still in or are they?
No,
out?
they can't be in.
They're out.
Michigan will be out 100%.
Yep.
And we do have a final score.
We do.
Liberty 49, New Mexico State 35. In a game that Liberty trailed 14-7 in the second quarter.
So are we saying that game would have been 72-6 if Auburn was in it?
Oh, 100%. And they would still be playing a spy after the game.
Yeah, right. Mike, I was so glad that you brought that up because absolutely 100%. I tried to rack my brain of why they ran a spy on that play. First off, I'm looking. There's like 50 guys in the end zone. There's nobody within 30 yards of the goal line, but he's got 3 guys to run past. Like all they have to do is move up and keep him out of the end zone. There's no reason to have a spy.
I think it's even more respectable if he would have ran 32 yards for a touchdown. At least you could say it was an athletic play. You having a guy sitting there, I think he's still standing there spying. And the game ended a week ago.
Yeah.
So there's a simple fix to that, though.
What?
The prevent defense has never prevented a dead gun.
No, it's not.
Run your base defense and get up there and play defense.
Yep.
I agree.
Always said that.
Well, especially in college, prevent defense does not work.
No.
In the NFL, I can justify it a little bit if you're talking about like matchup, if you think you got the matchup on, say, this wide receiver with my quarterback, college is not pro level. We don't have like these guys that match so closely in athleticism or whatever. Like prevent defense may work somewhat in the NFL. Most of the time it doesn't, except on a Hail Mary play from the 20-yard line. But like in college, it definitely does not work.
If you're gonna do it, at least keep everybody in front of you.
Yeah. What's the score on the Pac-12 championship? Because Big Ten Backers just said the game is getting interesting.
I just
they're showing the highlight. Yeah, it's 20-17. Bo Nix just had a 44-yard run.
40. He ran for 44 yards.
Yeah, that's the longest run he's had all year.
Did Jaden Daniels possess his body? What is happening right now?
Oregon's got a 1st and goal at the 11, down by 3.
Down by 3. Okay.
He's trying to make sure that Tim Bailey stays happy and Daniels doesn't win the
yeah,
Heisman.
boy. Yeah.
Well, change
you
that.
know,
They just took the lead.
They just took the lead. They scored 24-20. Wow.
Hey, we do have actually some other breaking news.
We do.
5-star wide receiver Cam Coleman that was committed to Texas A&M for a while. He officially has flipped to Auburn.
Big whoop.
Here's
what I say to that, and this is what I said is, that's awesome that you have the number 1 receiving core in, all of college football, but you kind of need a quarterback because that's really important when you're a receiver.
Maybe an offensive line so they have time to throw you the ball.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah.
It's one of those things that it's like putting the cart before the horse.
Right.
And they also need a defensive coordinator that doesn't run his spy on 4th and 31.
That could be the worst play besides what Miami did this year.
Look, honestly, okay, here's the real debate. You ready? What's worse, the kick 6 or the 4th and 31?
4th and 31 all day.
4th and 31.
100% agree.
Yep.
Like this takes the cake, and all the Auburn fans that have been talking about kick 6, like I'm not even an Alabama fan. I'm so sick of hearing about that.
I don't know. I have to go kick 6 because
worse
Nick Saban,
for Alabama.
Yes, because Nick Saban called a freaking timeout to
but at least it was one of those plays where it was the guy made a heads up play.
Oh, call back. They called the touchdown back flag.
Oh, good.
At least he made a play on the ball.
Yeah.
Like he caught it, he waited, he noticed everybody was walking off, and he did something smart.
Right.
Auburn, there was nothing smart there. That was literally like Kenny called the play.
I mean,
so
whatever.
I have to ask because
Yeah.
We're here doing this. We're not watching the game, actually. How do they call a touchdown back on a defensive penalty?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it went from first and goal at the 11 to first and goal at the 6.
I don't know. It called back. It says I don't know. 4th and 31 is
worse.
Wait, 24-20 now they scored again. Okay,
Yeah,
never
they
mind.
just scored again.
Well,
So like I said, Nick Saban called a timeout and did it to himself.
Right.
So I have to say that's worse.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just craziness. Craziness. But I'm excited to see what happens this weekend for sure. So I know you guys will be watching. We'll be watching. I think I'll be watching. We'll see.
I'm hoping I can shut it off by halftime and just go through coast mode. Because I can't live through another close game.
I hope not.
So
at least stays close to the end of the third quarter or something like that. Keep it interesting.
The best games to watch are 54-0. Enjoy it.
I disagree. Because if it's
that's
because I like watching. Well, I am on it. Well, that's true. And I've gotten so used to being near a heart attack every game that we play in. It's just like, if it doesn't happen, it's not a good ball game.
No, I would much rather see like a 36-3 at halftime then it's 13-10, and they're entering the fourth quarter, and Iowa's doing their thing.
Wow.
So I know what Brad wants.
That exactly what he just said. I'm hoping for scenario number 2.
Yeah, Iowa friends want 3-3. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Both teams have a total of 6 yards of offense.
Yes.
And 77 punts.
Yeah.
Yep. 5-2 victory.
Brad wants a repeat of 1 versus 2 in Iowa City.
That'd be nice. Hell, I even take that last one you referred to when we beat them on the last second field goal, 10-12. Like, I'll take that.
Yeah,
that was an Iowa uglied game, too. Did the same thing. Iowa has to ugly this thing, man. I'm telling you. If they don't ugly it.
Yep. They uglied it up and let their special teams win it for them.
What scares me is they're good at doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. They
I'm not going to be
absolutely
one of
are.
those people who are going to be like, oh, yeah, we're going to win, no problem. I'm not worried about it. They're good at doing, like, a lot of people don't watch Iowa football, but if you watch them, they're good at doing what they do.
They are.
They think
They
it's
absolutely are.
They think it's 19-12 for offense.
Yeah.
But their defense can play.
I mean,
and I'm not kidding.
All them boys eat is corn, so I mean.
Yeah. Well, if Iowa ends up getting an offense, look out. That team is dangerous. That defense is something.
I said it yesterday on Tyler and TJ show. Yeah. I still can't believe none of these Pac-12 teams coming in has called Iowa's DC yet.
Yeah.
Because I'd be all, if I was USC with the talent defense, I'd be all over him right now.
Well, they picked up UCLA's defensive coordinator, so they signed him.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
That's a done deal. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know how nobody's calling for Iowa's DC, because y'all have had a defense for several years now that would rival anybody.
I mean, I think top 10 the last 3 years. If I remember right.
Yeah.
And picture if they had an offense where their defense wasn't on the field all the time.
Just an average offense.
Yeah, like it would be crazy. Like the numbers they could put up would be crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But when you're on the field for 70% of the game, it's hard to hold teams.
There's something to be said for that though, because here we are. Iowa's down to their 4th string quarterback, their 3rd string running back, their 2nd team tight end. There's something to be said for making do with what you've got.
But it does help that the side of the conference they're in.
True.
Like who finished in 2nd? Northwestern?
Yep. Northwestern and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Northwestern and Wisconsin, yeah.
Yep.
Whereas you look at the other side, and the top 3 are Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State.
Right.
Like there's a big difference in the two sides, which we won't have to deal with next year. But
no.
Right.
But even next year with USC, Washington, UCLA, and Oregon, things are going to get real.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Well, okay, so y'all give your score predictions. Brad, what do you think it's going to be?
Well, what I think it's going to be, unfortunately, is going to be a Michigan win. I'm just hoping that we keep it close. I mean, 2 years ago when we played, they ran us right out of Indy. What was it, 40-something to 3?
Right.
That I just want it to be respectable. Maybe Iowa puts together a drive and gets a touchdown. Who knows?
Right.
But they need like 5 things to go right for them, and they all 5 have to go right for them to win this game. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Michigan beats them pretty easily. A couple touchdowns. I'm going Michigan 31, Iowa 10.
Mike?
Michigan 34, Iowa 13.
34-13. All right.
Okay. So
it hits the over. Woo!
Well, the over is only 34, but Michigan's 22.5-point favorites.
Yep. We got to 21 today, 21.5. So some people are betting Iowa now. It's like, oh, good.
21.5. Yeah. Right.
But still 30, 35
Bubba says 45-10 Michigan.
So we got our 2 Big Ten guys on here. Let me ask him.
Okay.
What do y'all think about the hire that Indiana made?
Yeah.
Will
That
he
was
be able to
interesting.
fix that program and make it competitive long term?
Oh. No.
I don't think so either. And they just don't have the facilities, the background yet to really help him, unless they're going to allow him long enough time to turn it around. Where you guys see nowadays, a lot of people don't get enough time to turn it around. They don't get the last 25 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think he'll be able to do it. Just it's Indiana, and unfortunately, a good looking hire for him. But I just don't.
Yeah, it's a good looking hire.
Everything's going to get so hard now with the way the conferences are going to be. You're going to need years. And with the resources these other schools have, like, what do you do to catch up?
Yep.
Especially with NIL. Like, wait, Ohio State or what USC can dish out and some of the other schools.
Right.
Does Indiana have the ability to match that? And you're going to see it December 4th. Any good player now, it's like free agency. Everybody's going in the portal.
Right.
Yep.
I heard Patrick Mahomes entered the portal.
Yeah, buddy. You never know. Brock Purdy.
He'd make more in the portal than he is right now.
Oh, man. Well, I tell you, that's funny.
$1 million a quarterback, isn't that what he said?
$1 to $2 million for a quarterback.
Yep.
Rule.
That's more than Brock Purdy makes.
Yeah, Brock Purdy, what, 890,000?
Yep.
Oh, nobody is safe tonight. I see Hunter in the comments. Nobody's safe tonight. Oh gosh. Mike,
I think the last I saw was there were 10 Power 5 starting quarterbacks in the portal, and only 2 of them had coaching changes.
Yeah.
That's just nuts.
It's free agency on steroids.
It is. So people are making fun of him, but Sam Pittman today put out a statement and he said in his press conference that the NCAA needs to step in and stop this poaching, like coaxing players to get in the portal to make this. And they're like, well, a lot of people, my fan base is just plumb freaking butt nuts crazy. And they're like, well, you just got to get with the times. I mean, it's here. Like, okay, first off, poaching is illegal in the NFL. If it's illegal in the NFL, like, you got to have some way to regulate it to keep coaches from calling on scholarship players, on field players, and be like, hey, if you enter in your name in the transfer portal, I'll get you a $250,000 deal over here. Like, you got to stop that, man.
Listen,
this
it's
is not
even.
free agency.
I don't even think it's the coaches. I think the coaches go to the players, and the players are talking to other players.
Well, that is true, but we do know for a fact that there are schools reaching out to players.
Oh yeah, 100%
via their agents and saying, "Hey, if you can convince your guy to jump in the portal, then we can get him a 6-figure deal." We know that's happening for a fact.
Yep.
Okay,
I wasn't disagreeing. I'm just saying that a lot of times it's these players contacting other players, and it's just like
I agree.
The only way to fix it is if you have these kids sign deals.
Yes.
Yeah. And the only way you're going to have them sign deals is if schools start paying them.
Yeah.
And then you're going to now there has to be a union.
Yeah.
Now you've got to collective bargain things.
Supreme Court's already said you can't have a union because they're not employees.
No, they're not. And they do, like, the NFL has the Players Association, but
then
would it be unheard of to have
not employees? Period.
Right.
They've already ruled on it.
Does it have like a is it something that they could do, maybe like a players association for college athletes? I mean, that's not technically a union.
The Supreme Court has already made that ruling, and they said no.
Yeah, but can't they overturn it?
Yeah.
Because
the Supreme Court would have to overturn itself.
Yeah, but hasn't it happened before?
With the court, with the current makeup of the court, they're not going to change it. They're pro-business.
Yeah. Oh gosh, the people do not want to know that, Hunter. Lord have mercy. Always clowning, man.
What do you
Love it.
say now?
Always
Oh God,
clowning.
look in the comments. Just look in the. I'm not putting that up there. But yeah, I mean, it's just an interesting deal. Because we know it's happening. We got confirmation it's happening. And it's not a surprise, but like
problem is until people start naming names, nothing's gonna happen. You can have the accusations all day. Well, Alabama promised an NIL deal if they come to Alabama. Well, who promised them that? Number one. You know, until people start naming names, nothing's going to happen.
I don't think the NCAA wants any part of NIL or this.
GQ just said Washington inside the 10. We got an update.
And here's the deal: if the NCAA doesn't want to fix it, there's only one other route to go, and you don't want that to happen. And that's Washington politicians getting involved.
Right.
Now, there are some good proposals on the table. And what I wish would happen is the NCAA take those proposals and implement them, because there's some good things in these proposals.
Yeah. So update first and goal on the Oregon 8, Washington driving.
And Big Ten Backers is right. The NCAA can't do anything to the NIL companies, but what they can do is make the players hire CPAs.
Right.
Make those NIL companies register as agents with the NCAA. So we have a list of who's who in the NIL world.
Yeah.
And these kids aren't getting taken advantage of.
Right. Well. Yeah, good stuff, guys. So we'll be watching the game. We went really long. But so we don't want to keep you guys. But, tell us where we can find each of you guys: Facebook, Twitter, whatever, YouTube. Brad, you go first.
Oh, you can only find me on here. I don't do a whole lot else besides work and spend time with my family. But I am a part of obviously the college baseball with you guys, college baseball smack. So if you guys, I'm sure you've heard the gentleman above talk about it. I am one of the admins in that group with these guys. So I guess you can
we'll
find
get
me
you on to talk some baseball pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm ready.
Very soon.
Right around the corner, baby.
That's it. That's right. Mike, where can you find you?
You can find me on the Dawg's website, of course, with the rest of you fine gentlemen. On Twitter, I'm Germs, and on Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. Okay. Nice.
On Facebook, I like that.
On the book, I usually call it the book face, but people laugh when I say that. So.
The book of face.
Right. Yes.
I remember my grandma used to say, "Now you go down here and you go to this place over here," and my mom would always say, "Mom, how did you know that?" I looked it up on the Google. So it's the book of face for me from now on. So all right, man. Let's take a quick.
Mike Germanese can do the Forward Life like Wolfpack used to do it back in the day.
What? Okay, what is it?
What is it?
Can you do the Forward Life like NWO used to? Okay. He's learning. He's learning.
Please tell me that you saw the Michigan Hulk Hogan. I can't remember his name.
Oh, that was great.
That was awesome. that was something, man. That guy had less teeth than Kenny does, and that's saying something.
Poor Kenny always gets beat up.
Kenny. He does. All right, man. Well, let's. I appreciate you guys coming on, talking with us. We'll have you guys on again.
Thanks for having me, brother.
And I'm excited. We're gonna watch some football, and we'll
Yes, sir.
figure out where these bowl games are going to go, and it's an exciting week. Football, man, I can't believe it's almost over. Like, ugh.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's just an interesting kind of deal because the Twilight Zone year of football is finally almost over. So we'll get back to some normalcy next year.
Look forward to, man.
What?
Arkansas is looking so good in basketball. I mean, you got that.
Shut up.
Excuse me. Excuse me, Vandy Chris. Oh, that's right. Vanderbilt is doing terrible right now because Stackhouse is worried too much about people getting locked up than a game plan.
Vanderbilt's not the only one doing terrible. If you looked at LSU lately,
LSU looks awful.
We are trash.
My Wolverines aren't doing too great either. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we'll talk more about that later after football season, but because basketball really doesn't get going until like the middle of January, February. Right now it's early. Everybody's switching players around and stuff. You can lose game here or there. So I was telling the guys,
no, you can't lose a game here and there.
Yes, you can because
okay, if you're Jerry Stackhouse and you've been told it's NCAA or bust, and you're losing the games you're losing. Yeah, no, you can't lose these games.
Okay, I mean you're not wrong, but what I'm saying is it is a whole lot better to lose early and in 100%. Basketball versus losing in football where you only have 12 games. So
and it the committee seems to forget when you lose early instead of losing late.
Right. Well, it's been good, my friend. We'll definitely get you back on here, Mike, and appreciate you coming on, brother.
Have a beautiful weekend, gentlemen. Enjoy the football.
Same to
you too, man. Take care.
And we got another score update, 27-24, Washington.
27-24, Washington.
You still got
12-21 left to play.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, let's take a very short break.
Thank God, I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. To be perfectly honest.
Hey.
Are you doing the pee-pee dance?
Just hurry up. Hurry up. We'll hear from
Go.
I don't know.
I'm waiting on the commercial to start.
Actually, you know what? Here, no, I'll give you a little bit of time. We'll hear from Amazon. That way you can go to the bathroom. You ready? You good? Okay. All right, we'll be right back. Golden Poop Podcast.
Hey there, darling, let me count on you. The road is long and I'm scared what I might find. Won't you tuck me in and out? Tell me everything's gonna be alright, sweet child. Sweet child. Up in the morning, out that door. Who knows what the world has in store for me? I'll be safe with you by my side. Ain't nothing out there can't take in stride. I know you hold me up. You hold me up. So I can fly. When that cold creeps on in and I start to wonder what could have been, I'm just gonna close my eyes so tight, take your hand and keep me to the morning light, to the morning light. And ain't it bright? You hold me up. You hold me up. You hold me up. so I can fly.
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
All right, as we wrap up hour number 2 here, I feel like I'm on a radio show now.
I know, right?
Let's jump into some of these championship games. So obviously, Oregon, Washington, we were talking about earlier. Pac-12 championship. I think, if not mistaken, Washington took the lead.
They did.
Yeah, it's 27-24. Let's not. I don't want to talk to you, Matt. Matt's
These
calling
people
on
know
second
we're
and
doing a
none.
live show. Why are you calling me?
I don't know. He just did second and none thing. But so yeah, I think we're all interested to see this. Where do you think this is going to end up? There's 12 minutes left. I mean, it's a back and forth brawl here.
I think this drive is going to say a lot for Oregon. I think that take the Heisman Trophy conversation out of it. At this point, I think it's more of a all eyes on the prize per se. And I think they're going to have to utilize the run game. I mean, the passing game, clearly Washington is doing so much better against the pass tonight. I mean, Bo Nix with 13 incompletions, that's unheard of for him this year, to be perfectly honest. And but no, Bucky Irving's going to be the key to it, I think. I mean, he's fantastic. I love watching him play. But right now it looks like Oregon is 2nd and 4 in the 30. They got on their own 31. So,
Chris, you're so hot. Steven is jealous right now, Hunter. Good Lord. That's your bald head, really? Hunter, you're clowning. Jeez.
He wants to.
Oh God, I'm glad mine's covered up with a hat. Lord
Always
mercy.
clowning.
Always clowning. That's it. Well, I think I don't know.
I think we need to get T-shirts made with the golden boot that says "Always clowning."
Absolutely, definitely.
So there was a stat earlier I saw.
What was the stat?
I think I screenshotted it. No, I didn't. Dang it. Let me find it. But it had to do with this game. Okay, here it is. So at halftime, Bo Nix had 117 passing yards, right?
Yep.
81 of those yards were after the catch.
Bingo. That's all I need to know. That is all I need.
Dump off.
Like,
yeah.
I don't understand this narrative. Like, it's all over Frenzy. It's all over everywhere where, oh, Bo Nix is running away with the Heisman. How? Bro, how? Come on, man. I don't know. Bald and golden booted. Oh, geez.
So if you guys want to hear, Dan Mullen actually made his conference championship picks.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, so he jokingly he picked James Madison over New Mexico State.
Really?
I mean, yeah. So he did that, but he took Texas over Oklahoma State, Toledo over Miami, Ohio, SMU over Tulane in an upset, Michigan over Iowa, Troy over App State, UNLV over Boise, and he's got Oregon over Washington, and then he's got Georgia over Bama, and to top it off, he's got Florida State over Louisville.
Wow.
All right, so let's have a discussion real quick.
What?
Okay.
Liberty is 13-0.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you can keep them out of a January 6th or New Year's 6 bowl game?
With their strength of schedule, it is hard for them to get into one, just to be perfectly honest. That being said, if SMU pulls the upset on Tulane, which really is it an upset? Depends on if SMU's quarterback. I haven't heard an update. He got hurt last week. I'm not sure the update if he's playing or not.
Big stop, 39, 4th down Ducks. Wow.
Yep, and they just punted.
Wow.
So I say if SMU beats Tulane, I could see Liberty getting that game. But if Tulane wins, I think Tulane gets New Year's 6. Or New Year's 6, sorry.
I don't know. I don't see how you can keep 13-0 out.
I mean, it is hard. I fully agree.
You can by strength of schedule. That's the problem.
You can say that about the playoff, the strength of schedule.
Sure.
But they've done everything. They are the best G5 team. They've proven that.
All right, let me.
You have to be a G5 team, right? So you're playing G5 schools.
Yeah.
All right. So let's break it down real quick. All right. So Liberty's, I'd say their best win would have to technically be New Mexico State.
Twice.
Yes, twice. So game 1, they beat them 33-17. Then tonight, 49-35. Okay. So that's good, especially considering what New Mexico State just did, beating Auburn, who then took Alabama to the absolute wire. So, I mean, you have that. That looks good. They got UTEP. They beat UMass. They beat Old Dominion, La Tech, Western
We know
Kentucky.
the answer to this. Vandy Christus Vanderbilt make the 4-team cut. Lord have mercy.
So they also beat Jack State, which Jacksonville State is going bowling. So that's a good win to have under your belt.
Right.
Let's see here. I mean, they got that win over Bowling Green, and I mean, Bowling Green did. To be fair, they are at 7-5, so they are bowl eligible, and they hold a win over Georgia Tech. Let's see. They beat Western Kentucky, which I mean, this year Western Kentucky is not as good as they normally are, but they are also bowl eligible. And let's see, because I'll say, hey, if you beat me and then I beat them, so let's see what Western Kentucky's best win is. Well, Western Kentucky doesn't really have any standout wins, but
no, they don't.
But that is multiple bowl eligible teams that they're beating. So
it is.
Give them some props. I think that's fair. I mean, they're sitting at 24 in the rankings right now. Let's see. Let me look at the rankings real quick. That'll give me a better look. So you got Liberty, you got Tulane, and that's really it.
There's an algebra equation going on right now in Cody's head.
Big time. So, okay. So, but then also outside of Liberty, then you got Toledo, who's 11-1.
Yep.
James Madison will not get a New Year's 6 game.
No.
SMU is. See, the thing with SMU though. Okay, so let's say they beat Tulane, they'll be sitting at 11-2, and the biggest factor for SMU in this would be beating Tulane is huge because I mean obviously that would be the best win between both teams. But they also have that win over Memphis, who has been a very solid team this year.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then the games that mattered for SMU, they lost. They lost to Oklahoma in a pretty close one. Then they lost to TCU in another, I mean, not close, but manageable game. Right. So there's going to be a lot riding on it.
At the end of the day, you have to be the best G5 school, right?
Sure.
Apparently, yeah.
How can you argue about going 13-0 against G5 teams?
I mean, I agree with that. I do. I'll put it this way: I would not be mad if Liberty got a New Year's 6. I would not be mad at all. I would be all for it actually, because I mean, I do like what they've done, and especially the fact that they changed coaches and they're still doing it. I mean, that's impressive. Right. So I mean, you want to give them a big game? Go for. I'm all for it.
I saw GQ said something about forgetting what happened to Hawaii when they got Georgia in the bowl game. Well, guess what? They're not getting Georgia in the bowl game.
No, they're not.
And guess what? Tulane went in to the Rose Bowl last year and kicked USC's ass.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
That was actually a fantastic game, too. That was so entertaining.
And
GQ said they should get a New Year's 6, and that is a present for them. There you go.
And that's where I'm at, you know.
I'm all for the nice little payout.
I'm good with that too. I mean, hey, you know, Seth, I am so sorry. You've been commenting in here, and I've been missing your comment every single time. What's up, buddy? Chris, who we running at wide receiver next year with a Humphrey transfer and Jaden leaving?
I haven't heard anything about Humphrey transferring, and Jaden McGowan did hit the portal today. And let me put it to you this way. Jaden McGowan got passed on the depth chart by 2 freshmen. See you, buddy.
Penix running over people, apparently.
Yeah, he did have a good first down. I got it playing very small on my screen over here.
Yeah.
Why you keep seeing my eyes go back and forth?
Next year, for sure, you undefeated. You better be in the 12-team playoff. Yeah, for real. I agree there.
That would be interesting for next year. Liberty at 13-0 this year. Would they get put in the 12? I would think you would have to put them in.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's very interesting. Let's wrap this up. Let's do these conference championships and then let's get out of here. I mean, we got a lot of football to watch and pay attention to. Let's do App State Troy. I would love to see App State pull this one off. That would be awesome.
For Dom.
I think Troy is another beast. They're a lot better than they have been. But man, it would not surprise me if App State pulls out the miracle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the big thing they got at Troy, they have a really good quarterback. They have a great running back in Kamani Vidal. I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot to look forward to. And like Ish said, he's taking Troy in the game, but he wouldn't be mad if App State took it, obviously.
Right.
But he didn't play. They didn't play against App State this year, unfortunately.
Nope.
But no, I think with Troy and I really like Troy. I mean, they're the school that they're just like an hour and a half from where I live, and I mean they've got something going in their athletic department right now. I mean, their baseball team started out like 17-0 this past season. Now their football teams they keep relevant every year. So I mean, I think it's just going to be an all around slugfest. But I'm gonna lean.
Sad.
He's trying to get in Hunter's good graces so he can be a writer, right?
I love it. But yeah, give me Troy in a very, very, very close game.
I think it is going to be close. I think App State's going to pull it very close, if not pull a miracle and take it. So I'm not going to pick it, but
super happy about it.
Yeah, I'd be thrilled. Sarah be over the moon. So, let's see here.
And he's right. London Humphreys has hit the portal tonight.
Oh,
wow! There you go. Mike says Troy all day. So
now
there we go.
I will address that since he asked it. You just went 2-10.
Yeah.
You have to flip the roster.
Yeah.
And I expect there to be a bunch of people gone.
Yeah.
So take that however you want to. I have seen some big name players say that they're going to be back.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are staff changes being made. Next year,
right.
It's double the win total or you're gone type of season.
Did they ever announce who they ended up letting go?
Offensive coordinator is fired.
Okay.
Defensive coordinator has been demoted to a defensive backs coach.
Wow.
The defensive back coach has been demoted and is now in an off the field advisory role.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our new defensive coordinator, stop me if you've heard this before, is our head coach.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So essentially, he's got the mindset: if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself.
That's exactly what he said.
I feel like I think that's a disadvantage for Vanderbilt, though.
Yeah,
I want
agree.
my head coach focused everywhere, not solely focused on defense like that.
Yeah.
So we've tried this route before.
Mm-hmm.
Muschamp going to be the head coach after next year, Seth says.
Yep. And
first and goal at the 4.
The last coach that tried this at Vanderbilt, being the defensive coordinator and the head coach at the same time, ended up getting fired after 7 years with the 27-54 record.
Look at this. Y'all hear about Ocho Cinco having interest in UK wide receiver coaching position?
I did see that.
That's
I actually just saw it right before the show.
interesting.
Let me tell you, I would hire him in a heartbeat. I mean, I wouldn't even think twice about it.
He said not must champ. I said must chump.
No, don't do that. Don't do that with Muschamp. And I'll tell you why. Whit Muschamp is a 4-star quarterback coming to Vanderbilt. Matter of fact, we got 2 4-star quarterbacks out of Chattanooga coming to Vanderbilt that played for a state title yesterday.
Yeah. Right.
Meanwhile, the big name George McIntyre, big 5-star quarterback out of Nashville, went 1-9. Make it make sense.
Well, let's talk about this one here, Florida State, Louisville. So I'm at a loss on this one now. We picked it earlier in the year, said that Louisville had, I believe, the best makeup to down undefeated Florida State team. Well, now they really do because
this game.
I mean, they may bring somebody out of the bleachers now to play quarterback, a true freshman.
Yeah,
he gets hurt. Are they going to put the water boy in? Like, what's going to happen here?
For sure. So, Chris, where's Covington, Tennessee at?
Covington, Tennessee, just outside of Memphis.
Okay. So, true freshman Brock Glenn from Covington, Tennessee. He's 6'2", 213. Will be making his first start on the season. He is 2 of 4 on passing for 35 yards.
Wow.
And he went 2 of 3 against UNA for 35 yards, and he went 0 for 1 against Florida.
I'm pretty sure Randy Jowers has seen him play.
Probably so.
I don't think Covington even made the state semifinals last year.
Well, he was good enough to make it to Florida State, so I got to give him props there.
As a third string, he's good enough. So, I mean, I don't know. This has trap written all over it.
They have a few quarterbacks backed up that they could use. So they have Dylan McNamara. He's a freshman from Naples, Florida. You got AJ Duffy, who is also a freshman. He's from California.
Yeah.
Michael Grant, who is also a freshman.
We have a score update.
Okay.
24 for Oregon, 34 for Washington.
Oh man.
With 2:44 left.
44 left. 10-point ball game.
They say Washington currently right now has a 99.3% chance of winning this game.
You want to hear Bo Nix's stats? You want to hear him?
Absolutely.
20 of 33, 176 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Repeat that. 176 yards.
On 20 completions.
He's
averaging 5.3 yards.
Correct. So I love the Heisman voters. They're like, well, you got to wait for the championship. Well, here it is. And Bo Picks made his ugly appearance yet again.
But
big games.
And then Michael Penix, his stats, 26 of 38 for 313, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
1 touchdown, 1 interception, yeah.
And then he had 4 carries for -4 yards.
They've been running the ball, Washington. They have 2 rushing touchdowns. 23 carries. I don't know who D. Johnson is, but he's 23 carries, 117 yards.
Yeah, Dylan Johnson, he's actually really good. He broke 1,000 yards for the year tonight.
You want to hear something hilarious?
What's
you
that?
know who the rushing leader is for Oregon? Bo Nix. 5 carries, 57 yards.
That's weird too, because the fact that Bucky Irving he is sitting at like 20 yards on 9 carries tonight.
Yeah,
that's insane considering Bucky is a 1,000-yard rusher this year. He is like a Mr. Everything.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to agree with me. Can we put to rest this narrative that Oregon is a better team than Washington?
Correct.
Oh, absolutely no, absolutely.
100%.
Oregon should have won game 1, but tonight this is thoroughly clear that Washington is the better team.
Yep,
100%. And I will say this too: I'm excited to see what they do in the playoff.
Yeah. I am too. I'm excited to see what they do in the playoff as well. This will solidify them in. There's no doubt about it. We'll just see what that has to be. But say, water boy, you got to do better than President that.
Yes, Mr. Coach.
My mama said football for the devil.
I like Vicky and she likes me too.
And they me too.
I like them too.
You done me and mama do that.
Speaking of which, did you see the meme that's going around about South Carolina?
No.
There's a meme.
Speaking of water boy, here you go.
Yes.
Hilarious.
I'm so glad
it's right there.
Yeah, there it is right here. Look, my official updated mock draft. Bobby Boucher, number 1 linebacker, Louisiana State. Paul Carew for the Bears. They're all for the Bears.
See, somebody took that image and made it South Carolina transfer portal signees.
Look, Air Bud.
Yep.
That being said, there's no way that Thad Castle would last to pick number 105.
Thad Castle.
If you watch Blue Mountain State, the show, if you like stupid comedy,
yeah,
and you don't, and you're not offended by language and stuff, watch it. Great show.
Yeah, great show. I agree wholeheartedly. All right, let's get to this last one. We've talked about pretty much every other game. We've talked a little bit about SMU and Tulane, but the big one, the Mac Daddy of them all, this one here, gentlemen.
A lot riding on it.
There's a lot riding on it. Man.
Oh my God.
What?
No way.
Bo Nix just completed a 59-yard pass to Trayshawn Holden to the Washington.
59-yard pass.
Of course he did. Because it's Bo Nix,
Right. Because we'll see if it pans out. All right, so let's talk about this one. In Atlanta, $500 and something is a cheap ticket. This thing is going to be packed out. Alabama, Georgia. I mean, we saw this coming at the beginning of the year. We thought it was. And then, remember, we were like, what is going on? Georgia looks awful. Alabama looks even worse. They may not even win their division this year. And then, lo and behold, we were like, wait a minute, pump the brakes.
Yeah, pump
Let's
the brakes
not
on
jump to
Washington.
conclusions. Yeah, right. Huh?
Pump the brakes on Washington.
Well, it's still a 10 game. I mean, it'll be a 3-point ball game.
No, it's a 3-point ball game.
A 3-point ball. Well, I mean, you still got, 2 minutes and 14 seconds. They better get a stop. That's all I got to say. So now he's 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Okay. Cool. Is this first and goal? Is it already scored?
Yeah, they already scored.
How'd they score?
Oh, well.
I don't know. I'm reading the chat.
Okay, well. Whatever. But this game here is going to be interesting. And if you're in the comments, put in your Oregon touchdown. Oregon to the 4 already. Touchdown Oregon. Returned call. Are they backing it up? Seth has a really good question. So if Bama loses this, not make the CFP, will the newlyweds still be cousins? You got me there, Seth. That's funny. Ruling on the field was wrong. It was a touchdown. Okay. I don't know it's a touchdown. Okay. Well, I don't know what controversy is going on. I love how we're getting comments during this ball game. All right, Georgia, Alabama. We do have some stats to go over, and we've shared. Well, I don't think we've shared these, but other shows have had these. So here's how their offense stacks up against one another. Alabama is 35.6 points a game. Georgia's somehow turning it around. And I guess Mike Bobo is not calling the plays anymore. They must have locked Mike Bobo in the closet. Stuffed him in a shoebox somewhere. It's a joke, Chris. It's a joke. I know it's probably him doing that, but still, at the beginning of the season, he was awful.
Here's the thing. When everybody was complaining about Mike Bobo early in the season, through the first 5 games, Mike Bobo's offense was top 4 in scoring, top 5 in total offense, top 5 in offensive efficiency. I don't know what everybody was complaining about.
They were complaining all over the place. It's just I don't know, the play calling. I think it was the issue. I'm not sure.
It's different because it had to be different because you have a different set of players.
Yeah, it's different now for sure, and they're clicking on all cylinders. But you can see the passing yards, rushing yards, third down. Georgia's better there. Penalties. Alabama has more yards than penalties. Excuse me. Georgia has more first downs. Georgia surprisingly has more turnovers than Alabama, and their time of possession. So, that was probably due to Alabama's stint early when they were not very good on offense.
So, can I give you my prediction on this?
Sure. Well, I was going to break down the defense, but you can.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, the defense is pretty even. Actually, looking at this,
is it though?
Well, I mean, you look at it, it shows Alabama's just a little bit more points per game allowed. But what's surprising to me is Alabama has more sacks by a long shot. Third down percentage better. It's interesting because both teams really match up really well. They both have, look at this. Alabama's given up 194 first downs. Georgia's given up 193. So I think it's what do you comes out to you, Cody?
I think the turnovers and the sacks. I think that's huge.
The turnovers and the sacks are big. I agree with that.
All right, I'm watching the touchdown now.
Okay. Is it a touchdown or not?
So the pass itself was like 17 yards after the catch.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he just tipped the hood down the line. He was in.
Oh yeah, he was in. Okay.
I mean, it was a good call by the official to mark it at the 4 like that because
sure.
I mean, like when I say it was close.
Yeah, it was really close.
It was probably like 3 inches from hitting the line. So from an official where he was standing, like that would have looked like he might have touched the line. So smart to call that because I mean, obviously it was reviewed and it was a touchdown. So
right. Well, there you go.
It was an ugly.
Yeah. So on this one, what do you guys think? Chris, you want to give your prediction? Go ahead.
Georgia wins, and I don't think it's close.
Now I would be shocked if it wasn't close.
Let me explain where I'm going.
What? Okay, but wait. Stop before you do that. And the only reason I say this, does anybody have the last scores of between these teams? I don't think they've ever had a blowout between each other.
Didn't Georgia blow them out in last year's SEC championship?
No, I don't think so. Did they?
I can't even remember off the top of my head what the score was.
Didn't they win by 2 or 3 touchdowns?
I don't know. I'm looking it up right now. Mine as well. You brought it up. Go ahead and give your prediction, though, while I'm doing that.
So, Alabama, yes, they look better.
That was LSU. It's 50-30 LSU.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did play the championship last year. I try to forget that game.
Alabama, I don't think ever has gotten blown out by Georgia. But go ahead.
So here's the thing.
Well, in the national
Alabama does look better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think context matters. It was against a very weak SEC West.
It was a down year last year.
And when I say that, keep in mind that 2 of the teams that Alabama played had a combined 2 wins in the SEC.
Oof. All right.
That's not good. And then there was Texas A&M. Not good.
Yeah.
So they feasted on a weak West, which I think has inflated some of their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're as good as what people are anticipating at 11-1.
Mm.
Remember, they still got a quarterback that, for all intents and purposes, isn't highly accurate.
Who, Milroe?
Milroe is not. Yes, he can throw the deep ball, but he's not highly accurate. And he struggled to win the position.
So,
breaking news: Washington completed first down on a 3rd and 4, and doesn't look like Oregon's going to get the ball back. Washington looks like they're going to take the Pac-12.
So I think Georgia wins this. I don't think it's close. So
what do you think, Cody?
Take.
You know, I actually like what Chris had to say on that. I think the big factor here is Georgia has not really seen a real mobile quarterback this year.
True.
They didn't have to play LSU. They haven't played someone like Milroe yet. Preparing for that is not easy.
No.
Would you call Jackson Dart mobile?
Somewhat, but not really.
He is.
He's not. They're not calling.
But he's
usually
not
they don't call quarterback draws unless something's up.
Jackson Dart's not as mobile as he should be, I guess is what I'm thinking. Like
Milroe's a better athlete.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing that you mentioned though about Milroe not being very accurate, because he's really not. I mean, he's not. And I mean, in the LSU game, there was moments where he had wide open touchdowns and he just overthrew the receiver. And it was embarrassing overthrows. It wasn't like it was close.
Right.
That being said, I do like the kid's attitude, and I think he's a great dude. But I think if they're going to beat Georgia, he's got to do it with his legs. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to have to make some big plays. I mean, like in the LSU game, he obviously made big plays with his legs, but he made some stupid plays with his arm. And I mean, honestly, I think it'll be close for a bit, but for some reason, I do think Georgia pulls away at the end. I say, give me I don't know why. I feel like it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game, actually. I think it's going to be something like 41-31 kind of thing.
I say 41-37. What I was going to suggest.
Yeah.
Something like what's the over in this
30,
one?
I'm saying 37-20.
Okay. By the way, this is off topic real quick, but 2nd and 18, Washington 49. Oregon uses their last timeout. Minute 48 left. So like Big Ten backers said there probably should be some time left. So that's
there might be.
All right. Georgia's
a big holding call.
Absolutely. Georgia's 5-point favorite. It's a 55.5 point over under. I think it goes over for sure.
I think so. I think both of them score more than 20. What is it? I think they both score over 30. In my opinion.
Yeah.
So I would take the over there. And
all right. What's your bet? Score.
Oh, well, I said 41-37. I think I'm going to take Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Bama downs them, and then chaos ensues in the playoff, and the committee has a decision to make.
All right, give me your final four.
Crap. Really, you'd have to do that to me. I don't know. I guess if Georgia loses, Michigan presumably would win. I'm going to say Florida State loses. Okay, we'd have to go Michigan number 1, Washington number 2. I guess I don't know. Because now I'm really confused on who would be 3 and 4. Yeesh. That's tough. It's harder than I thought it'd be. Trying to figure it out.
Well, in that case, I mean,
because if Texas wins, well, I know, Chris, because you're going to say what I know you're going to say, but Florida State loses, I think it'd be Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama. Be my final four.
Okay.
If Texas wins, Florida State loses, Michigan wins, Georgia loses, Oregon's already out. It'd be Michigan, Washington, Alabama, and Texas.
Okay.
That's the way I'd see it. But I think if Florida State wins, then you have a problem because there's I don't know. It'd be a tough decision to make from there. But
so my final four was what I got predicted. Georgia at 1, Washington at 2.
Yeah.
Michigan at 3.
Yeah.
Texas at 4.
There you go.
Okay. I like that. Yeah.
I mean,
see,
it's very
I'm
simple.
very curious. Like
Washington wins Pac-12. It's over.
So here's my question though. Okay, so all right, with Washington winning this game, I mean that's a huge freaking win for them.
Yep.
And they've done it twice. And Washington has actually had, arguably on paper, I mean, let me look at it real quick. But they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins versus top 25 teams this year. That's huge.
Right.
And obviously that's top 25 when they played. But they beat Oregon twice. They had the USC win.
What's the current top 25 wins?
Okay. Current top 25 would be Oregon twice and Oregon State on the road at Oregon State.
And Arizona.
And Arizona. Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty good, actually. So
that's 4. So if you go Georgia,
mm-hmm.
if they win, it'll be Alabama, Ole Miss,
mm-hmm.
Missouri,
yep.
Tennessee,
yep.
LSU.
No, they didn't play LSU this year.
No, they did not.
They didn't. That's right.
I think that's it.
Who was their other one?
I think that's it.
Okay. So you got 2 teams with 4 top 25 wins.
Yeah.
So,
current top 25.
I mean, if Georgia loses, I could see Washington jumping to number 1. But with Georgia, I think if Georgia wins, though, I think they're staying at number 1. I don't think there's going to be a battle there. But that being said, I give Washington their props. Very happy for them. Great win. Jaden Daniels for Heisman. Big thank you to Ismail Mahdi tonight for coming on and chatting with us. One of the coolest moments of our show's history. Man,
absolutely.
What a night. We're sorry that it was 2 hours and 15 minutes, but hey, we appreciate everybody that stayed around and watched with us. Our numbers have stayed very consistent tonight.
Absolutely.
We couldn't be any more appreciative of that. So, hey, if you're already on here watching this, if you don't mind, go ahead and click our page, like it, or follow either or, however the button says to you, and share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, with whoever. Just come and support 3 guys that just like to talk sports and want to do something with it one day. So, yeah,
absolutely love it. And shout out to the people in the comments that were giving us updates. Big Tim backers, Q. Y'all are goats, all of you, greatest of all time. Thank you. Because I don't have a TV in here, so it was nice to kind of get an update. And I hate looking at ESPN.
You do need a TV.
Mess. I do.
That.
I might put one like right here.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Get that vibe, that podcaster vibe. It's got the TV where you can use a clicker to change his stuff. But great show tonight, guys. Yet again. Phenomenal. I mean, this might be one of our best shows yet, easily.
Oh, easily.
Ish, if you're still watching, man, appreciate you, dog. If you catch us again, I know Cody is a fan for life, and we'll be in touch. But that being said, final thoughts, gentlemen. Chris, go ahead.
Is it February yet so I can start talking baseball?
Yeah, it's close. Getting close. Final thoughts, Cody?
Is it February yet so I can start talking baseball?
I know. Yeah.
Final
thoughts for me. Is it February yet so I can start talking baseball? Yeah.
No, final thought is
George,
this.
you got Arkansas basketball.
I do have basketball. Yeah.
It's true.
I do.
Hey, and I got LSU women's basketball. We're back. We are back. We beat Virginia
Stop.
Tech
Hang
last
on
week.
just a minute.
Let's
Before we jump out of here, what was that really awkward exchange between Angel Reese getting her 1,000th career rebound or whatever?
That was just timing on the court. It was very weird.
So
but in the locker
weird.
room, they embraced like you'd never seen before.
That was so weird.
It was extremely weird, but no, like behind the scenes, big time hugs all around. It was good. There was video of it.
I saw it.
What's this whole deal about Kim Mulkey going after the dead-gun reporter? It's a student reporter.
It's a student reporter. Who cares?
At the end of the day, I've sat behind Kim Mulkey multiple times at LSU baseball games.
Big Tim, we appreciate
Stay on her good side. She ain't weird, man.
Weird.
Super nice person. She really is. She'll talk to anybody, and she'll talk your ear off. Super nice woman. So I mean, she's just very serious about her team, and I respect it.
So
Jack, you throwing.
I know.
shots
At least
on
Bo Nix didn't cry. I know. I saw that. Good Lord. Goat, man. Always appreciate you guys coming on. Always appreciate the comment. You guys are the best. We wouldn't have this without you guys. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without you guys. We'd be sitting here talking to ourselves. So we appreciate it. We really do. Tune in Monday. It is Friday tonight.
Right.
I'm working way too hard.
I don't even know what day of the week it is.
I don't. Well, that's me because I've been working overtime and everything else. So
you can get mine.
Man. So today is Friday. So tune in Monday night, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, right here on the Golden Media Sports Network. We will. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna recap all these crazy games we're gonna watch this weekend, and kind of get back to things as normal. I'm excited though. It's gonna be a really great weekend of college football, and I got a Packers Chiefs game to watch. I'm excited about that. I want to see that go down. So see how that plays out. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you so much for joining us. You guys are amazing. Have a great rest of your night. Stay golden, everybody. We'll see you next time.